I'm here in beautiful and sunny Puerto Rico where Mini flew me down to test drive the brand new Mini. No, not this one. This is the original Mini. The new original Mini is the 4th generation. As you can tell, I've got all 4 generations right around me. Of course, the question is, how do you take an iconic design and make it new? That is the challenge, and that is something that is coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. So that's really the question. How do you take an iconic design and make it modern? And the answer is you don't. You tweak this, you tweak that. Maybe you take the front opening, make it a little wider, put on different tail lights, improve the interior, and of course, make it a little bit bigger. Because that is about all you can do and still keep a Mini without making it into a Maxi.
Yeah, so 1/2 inch longer on the rear, and this actually frees up additional boot capacity. So we've got about 3 cubic feet more within the rear, and then with the longer wheelbase, again, the cabin is more spacious as well. So front as well as rear shoulder room has grown. We've got about a 1.7 inch wider track for the new Mini as well.
So while the Mini is bigger, let's see if that means more backseat room. I've not been in the back of the Mini yet. There is a nice little grab handle back here you can use to scoot the seat all the way forward. I'm gonna try to get in the back of this car. Let's see how I fit. You know what? It's tight. Very tight, in fact. But once you're back here, there is adequate headroom. There is basically no foot room and not much knee room, especially if you're as tall as I am and that's 6'2". So while this is a bigger car, a lot of that extra room has gone to front seat passenger comfort. And if you're thinking about getting this as a family hauler, I would probably think seriously about looking at a Countryman if you are a Mini aficionado. So I can promise you that back here, Nathan would not fit, especially with the back seats down. But of course you can do a 60-40 split. Remove. There we go. A little flap that covers the back, little privacy flap, and then it's very adequate. It's the kind of car that can serve to take you and your best friend on a long cross-country trip, or if you need to go to Home Depot and load up some dirt, flowers, it'll work like that as well. So it's very handy. But let's face it, this car isn't about how utilitarian it is, but how it drives, and that is coming up next. So how does the new Mini drive? Well, in one word, grown up. It's changed. Everything is solid, everything feels well put together, everything you touch is expensive. It's no longer that darty little car that used to be a lot of money for the fact that you're having a Mini. Now you feel like the fact that you're paying a lot, you're getting a lot. The suspension is compliant, yet it doesn't beat you up. The steering is direct. The car has kind of that classic German built out of one piece of metal feel. And the new turbocharger, oh, that is a hoot! Not much turbo lag, a lot of power and torque, and just really a lot of fun to throw around in these corners.
We've got the new BMW group developed engines, both for the Coupe as well as the Coupe S. What we're having a look at here is actually the Coupe S engine. So this is a 4-cylinder 2-liter mini twin power turbo engine, pushes out 189 horsepower and is actually offering our customers 207 pound-foot of torque. On our Coupe engine, we've also up on horsepower there, 134 horsepower and 162 Newton meters of torque.
Of course, when you lose some of the go-kart feel, you know, sitting on the ground, having a direct contact with all four wheels, you lose a little bit of road feel, but that's okay because after a while that gets old, it beats you up.
So there is an overboost feature. Both engines are actually mini twin power turbo. So this means a combination of turbocharging technology with high pressure direct injection. And as you said, yes, both engines are actually offering increased pound-foot of torque. And this is an overboost function. So under hard acceleration, this gives you maximum overtaking power.
So you get a little bit more punch. It goes to 11 basically, right?
Yeah.
Like Spinal Tap, right?
Yeah.
When you need it, you get a little bit more.
Exactly, 110%.
110%.
Yeah.
I think if I were to use one word to describe this car, it's grown up, and I think that's a good thing. You want a $35,000 car to feel expensive. You want it to feel like it's made of one piece of metal. You want it to feel like it'll last the test of time. And for my short drive here in Puerto Rico, Mini does feel like that. For all you Mini fans, there are a bunch of significant changes in the new model. First of all is the start-stop switch, which is now a toggle switch right here in the middle. Check this out. Put your foot on the brake, car starts up. Also, you'll note immediately that the speedometer and tachometer have been moved from the center to in front of the driver. There is a new heads-up display, and perhaps most importantly, the window automatic up and down switches are now on the door instead of in the middle. And I know a lot of people had asked for that. Inside, the new Mini is much improved. There are a lot of soft touch materials, everything is rich, everything feels expensive. It feels more like a baby BMW, and that's because, well, in some ways it still is a baby BMW. In fact, it shares this chassis with the new 1 Series, and the engines, both the 3-cylinder and the 4-cylinder, are also shared with BMW. What's your favorite part of the Mini interior? Did I stump you? That's an easy one.
No, that's so difficult. I really like the top pad. I think the door is one of the nicest doors in the automotive industry. I really like the seats because of the form language and the materials. So it's I can't really say what I like most.
What are you the proudest of?
The pardon?
What are you the proudest of?
The proudest, I am quite proud of the quality we achieved. You were already mentioning the grain, the surface. This is new for this Mini. You can still tell it's a very Mini unique grain, and it's overall, I mean, this is about, I don't know, 70% of the car has got this new grain. And it's very subtle, it's very nice, it's got this two-tone. So this is very, very well done, also in combination of the topper pad and the doors. And I'm also quite proud of all the different options you can gain. So this is a very unique interior we're in now.
Perhaps most significantly, there are 3 drive modes. Let me show them to you. There is a sport mode, a normal mode that says typical Mini driving fun, and of course, a green mode, low consumption driving fun. And they do change the character of the car. Having driven this now for about maybe an hour, I can tell you that the sport mode is much more responsive. The throttle tip-in is much faster. I've got it in sport mode. Let's see how fast she'll do 0 to 60. I'm just flooring it. Here we go. And there's 60. that we are at sea level. In fact, we're right next to the sea. And the number, there we have it, 7.76, which is very respectable for a quick, not fast car. And I bet you if this was such an impromptu 0 to 60 run, we could get better than that. But it's real world testing, and now you know that this is a 7-second car when it comes to 0 to 60, which is plenty fast when merging onto highways. All right, one more 0 to 60 run. This time I'm going to brake torque it a little bit, give it a little bit of turbo spool. Here we go. And there's 60. Yes, indeed. Check it out. 7.34. 7.34. That was just a little bit faster. So when we get it back to Colorado, we'll have a little bit more time, and we'll get a little bit more experience in how to best launch this Mini. But now we're down to 7.34 in sport mode and letting the car do all the shifting. By the way, it knocks off shifts pretty quickly. Did you hear that? That engine sounds really good.
Entry-level price is $19,950, so this is only 1.3% on top of the current generation hardtop. So we're very excited about that price, and I'm sure our customers will be too.
And do you have a pricing for the Cooper S?
Cooper S is starting at $23,600.
$23,600. And what will it go up to? I mean, if you get all the bells and whistles.
I think the average, the price for the Cooper S will be about $28,000 once you've added in some of the technology, automatic transmission, which is obviously popular within the United States. And on our Cooper engine, probably just over $22,000, somewhere around there.
I see. And how about availability? When do these hit the dealerships?
We'll launch both models actually at the same time in the US market, and this is between mid to late April.
All right, so if you're keeping score, this is really the 4th generation of Mini, but only the 3rd under BMW ownership. And yes, it looks a lot like all those Minis back there, but that's on purpose. It's hard to change an iconic brand when you've got something that's so recognizable. The great part about this new generation is that it finally feels like it's put together and it's worth the money that you're paying for it. On the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I can't say. It's not fair to Mini, and it's not fair to you, since I've only driven the car for about an hour or two. So you'll have to come back when we have it in Colorado for a full test. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Remember, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. See you next time. Ciao. All right, guys, here's a little behind the scenes of what it's like to go on one of these drive programs with the car manufacturers. You can see all the cars are lined up over there. We just finished our morning drive, and we're here at our lunch spot. And you know what? Life does not suck to be an automotive journalist, because these manufacturers, they take care of you really well. Let me show you what I mean. First of all, we've got, what kind of ice cream is this? How do you do this? It's fusion, it's infused sorbet. And it's crazy how you guys do it. You want to do one more? All right.
I'm gonna do one for you.
Yeah, so we can videotape how you guys do it. Check this out. We take a little bit of, what is that? So,
This
yeah.
lemon mojito.
That's a lemon mojito. Okay, watch this. Check this out. What is that you're spraying in there?
Nitrogen.
That's nitrogen, which gets it cold. You mix it up. And voila, it becomes dessert. You spoon it into a little cup. And I have to try this, of course. That's wonderful. Look at that. Oh yeah, lemon mojito. All right. Give it a little bit of spritz there. Thank you very much. And I love this little Mini on the beach here. Look at this. Look at the little details that these guys go through.
And it runs real good.
It runs, yeah? Let's see. Run it into the ice cream.
Go on the back end.
Well, thank you very much. Look at that. That's what I get to enjoy. So let's keep going. Here's a real beautiful part of this drive. Check this out. Secluded mini beach, and look how beautiful this ocean is. A little windy, of course, but look at this. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I'm on one of the international waves. Let me turn around so I can get out of the wind. I'm going to turn around for you here. Sorry if it's a little rough, but like I say, this is very impromptu. Here's my mojito ice cream. Look at that. Holy cannoli. Wow, I didn't know Puerto Rico was so beautiful. And by the way, right here, that is a British bulldog. It is not some other animal that you may be aware of. It is a bulldog, and it is the mascot of Mini because, of course, Mini is British. Except, of course, for the fact that most of the people here, at least on the Mini side, are Germans. Yeah, they are German because, of course, BMW now owns Mini, and so the engineering, I believe, is done in large part by the Germans. And here we go back out again. More food. Look at that. More food. More food. All you can do on these trips is eat. Here is a car and driver reporter, Aaron, talking to the engine engineer of the Mini. That's Aaron Robinson, of course, from Car and Driver. Here we have an interview going on behind the scenes, I think. Here we have a Mini. And of course, this would not be a Mini trip without more food. Yes, indeed. Some kind of juices, some kind of chips. But I think you get the sense of it. My life is very good thanks to you all. And I'm very grateful to be able to report on these new cars, and I'm very grateful to be able to do it because of you. And I'm gonna have my ice cream now. So a little behind the scenes of what it's like to be an automotive journalist. Kamante, does life suck? Fit Father right here. Here's Fit Father enjoying something that looks vegetarian. Good job. Is that a portobello?
Portobello.
It's all good.
Mixed, rice and vegetables.
It's all healthy, man.
Guava juice. I mean, it's what tropical life is all about. You know, fresh, pure.
You are a Fit Father.
One love.